Hi everyone, I'm Brendan.
And I'm Karen.
And together we're Fox and Rabbit. We're filming this, our 13th, lucky 13th FlossTube, on Wednesday the 22nd of December. We're running a little bit late, just because we're being caught up with a whole bunch of things, mainly dyeing.
No, it's just never ending at the moment.
Yeah.
We're getting there though.
Yeah, so our life at the moment is dyeing fabric. We're trying to get the last of the orders out before the new year.
Yep.
Well, that's the last of the orders that don't include 8 and 28 count linen.
Yep.
Because that still hasn't arrived from Zweigart yet.
No.
It's looking like going to be February or March now.
Yeah.
With the slippages, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a whole bunch of orders out to shops later this week. And then the last of the orders will be out, hopefully around about the 31st or the 1st.
Yeah.
And then we'll be up to date.
I can't wait. So we're actually working straight through Christmas. We'll have Christmas Day and Boxing Day with our parents, but Christmas Day with my dad and Boxing Day with Bren's parents. But after that, we're working straight through the break. So we'll probably have about a week and a half off in the new year while Zweigart is closed and while we wait on another shipment of linen around mid-January.
But we won't really be having any time off. We're going to
No.
be doing some remodelling.
Yes, we're going to remodel the garage at the back. So we're going to have a whole new working area that's going to be a little bit more efficient, and we won't be doing all this cutting and serging and everything inside. The only thing that will be done inside the house is the ironing.
Yeah, so we're doubling the size of the area we've got to run the business from. So that should make life a lot easier for storing all the fabric and getting everything ready to ship out to everybody.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, and Karen's had some fun this week as well with the disaster with our air conditioner.
Goodness me, yes.
So we had almost 21 days straight of rain, and now we've had like 5 or 6 days straight of temperatures in the high 30s, low 40s. So what's that?
Around about 100, 90s to 100 Fahrenheit. Yeah. Crazy.
And our air conditioner has decided right before Christmas to pack it in.
Well, it's technically working, so it's keeping the room and the house cool, but we've had it going pretty much 24/7 just because it's been crazy hot. Anyway, Brett had to finish off a little bit of, we exchanged ornaments with some friends, and Brent had to finish his stitching off so I could finish them for him the other night. And I had put mine safely on top of my stitching box, which is next to me on the lounge or the couch. And it was sitting up on top of like a little steel chest of drawers, so it was nice and high, so the dogs couldn't get to it. All nice and safe. I put the current whips up there, the finished ornaments for 4 friends. I had some fabric up there, some floss. It was just all nice and high. Anyway, we're not exactly sure when it happened, but at some point in the last 2 days, the air conditioner decided to leak. Now, we didn't know, and it wasn't until I was walking over towards my sewing box when Brent had finished his stitching that I thought, what's that? That fabric looks very odd colour. And I went over it and it was completely saturated, including the hand-dyed floss that was on the top. All I could see was just this mass of rainbow colours through everything, through the ornaments I'd stitched, through the whips that I'd been stitching on, through everything, wasn't it, Bren? It was just soaked. It was like somebody had poured a bucket over it. And the reason I hadn't noticed for probably about 2 days is because I've been literally, cutting fabric and serging for 2 days straight till 3, 4 in the morning. So I hadn't been doing any stitching those last couple of days. And I just stood there in absolute shock. I didn't even want to touch it. And I finally reached out and thought, everything's ruined. And the worst part was that right underneath it all, but luckily blocking anything under that, was my Village of Hawk Run Hollow on my almanac frame. And all I could see was this mass of colour all over it. And I just threw everything else onto the floor. I was ripping the frame, trying to get it off. Brendan's saying, you've got to be careful. All the wood had swollen, so we couldn't get the bars out. And I was just crying and upset because that's my oldest whip that the fabric is, I think I've mentioned it before, was Peaches. Was my 25/7 project. My friend Carol and I started stitching it back in, I think it was 2004, whenever it was first released, and she sent me a piece of the special Lakeside Linens fabric for it, and it's a very special thing to me, and I had started it up again doing the 25/7 challenge, so all I could see is that it was completely ruined, and I was just crying. Brendan managed to get it in the wash, and he put some sort of dye catch stuff that he puts in with the linens in with it. Anyway, long story short, he managed to wash it twice, and we think it may be saved. I'm just waiting to see it dried properly and ironed, and we'll see how we go. So that was a lot of fun. And then we put the other stuff in the wash as well afterwards, and it was just ruined. So I had to do a lot of throwing out. Bren was sweet. He was saying, look, I'll help you restitch the ornaments, but I just explained to the girls that I'll do something extra special for them next year, because they did get ornaments from Brendan, though. They're on the way in the mail, so that's something at least. But yeah, that was nuts. It was kind of like the last straw we've had. Linen go missing, that we finally found, but it put us behind by about 5 weeks. We've had Bren's dad, not well, luckily, and we do appreciate all the well wishes. A lot of people have asked us how he's going, and he's good, but he's got to have an operation. Two operations in January, but he's doing well. But that was a lot of stress. Bren's kidney stones. We had a little hiccup with Lily's spaying, but luckily she's good. But we got a bit of a fright with that. And I think it's just been a lot of things in the last few weeks, all culminating in that flood disaster. And anyway, you know what? It's just stitching. I can redo it. We've got great friends who understand. So, I'll just do something extra special for them next year. But, there's worse things going on in the world, isn't there, Bren? So, so it does put it in all perspective. But it was a bit of a shock this last week. So, yeah, long-winded, but that's that's the week that was for me so far. But anyway.
But the good thing we've had over the last couple of weeks is all the Christmas cards you've received. We mailed out almost 300, I think.
Yeah, close to it.
Yep. And every day when we've gone up to the mailbox, there's been cards there. It's been amazing. Karen's got cards everywhere.
Oh, I can't even. I just can't even, it's just been such a joy every day to open that mailbox. And the good thing is we've been getting mail from everywhere. Norway, America, just everywhere, all over the world. It's Australia, obviously, New Zealand. It's just been incredible. In fact, I think the first ones we started getting were from the US, which we were really pleased about because we weren't sure with all that mail drama. But it's so weird, though, because some people have contacted us to say their cards were returned, and could they have our US address to send them to, which was great. We've done that. But we're getting stacks from the US every day, so I don't know why some are coming through no problem and the others aren't. But you know what? I was originally, as they started coming in, I was originally going to thank everybody one by one and show their cards. But honestly, there are so many that I don't want to even try to single everybody out, because we'd be going here for 2 hours anyway, but I don't want to miss anybody either. So thank you so much, and I'm sure they'll continue to come after Christmas, in which case they'll all go into a lovely big box that I have, and I'll be putting them out next year. The recipes are awesome. I can't even believe some of them. I can't wait to try many of them. I think you said last time, Brendan, what we're going to do, we'll wait a month or so, and once I know they're pretty much all here, we're going to type them all up and put them
we'll scan them into a PDF.
Oh, scan them into a PDF, so they'll be available for everyone to enjoy. Unless anyone doesn't want their family recipe shared, in which case please let me know, and that's not a problem either. But some of the recipes are so cool. Things I've never heard of. Aren't there, Bren? There's, I got an amazing one today from Norway. I think they were called cola cookies or something, which is a Norwegian Christmas cookie. There's just we got was it jambalaya recipe from Louisiana? Was it jambalaya? Oh, okay, it's just amazing. So thank you. What we're going to do, there's just so many of them around the house now. We're going to take a video and put it on at the end, so you can just see all the cards we've gotten so far. But as I said, every day there's you know, our mailbox is just chock full. So thank you so much. We're going to do it again next year too. And what we'll do next year is we'll probably start around about the beginning of November, so everyone's got time to get ours and for us to get theirs as well, now that we know everyone's having so much fun. So we might make it a yearly thing, because now that we've had so many Christmas cards coming in, I don't want to go back to only having 3. So, but what I have got, I do have a couple that I want to show everyone. Just where they might have sent a little bit extra. Now this one is one of my favorites. It's one from a lady called Zoe Taylor. And the thing is, we were looking at the card thinking, oh, isn't that just perfect? What are the chances of finding a card like this with a fox and a rabbit on it? We thought, it's just so unique. That's the card. And then she actually says in here, as my original watercolour may not reach you before the 25th, sending you season's greetings as a printed version. So we think that Zoe must have actually painted that. Whether the original's on its way, that's the impression I get. Either way, thank you so much, Zoe. We just love it so much. It's our very own Christmas card. So thank you so much for that. This one came today. I've got a few here that had literally just arrived this afternoon. No prizes for guessing who that one's from. Anyone who knows the great floss drop trade will know that that's from Michelle. Mama Loves You GB. How cool is that one? Love that one. I saw it. Some people have just gone all out to actually, you know, create the Christmas cards. This one's from Laurie Walt. Look at that. I don't think you can see it, but it's all been handmade. And she's got Handmade by Laurie 2021. It's all 3D. Yeah, look at that. Oh, I know. Look at her handwriting. I know. Mine's atrocious, so that's the scary thing. This one here we got today. This is from Heather Catchpole, and she stitched us an ornament. Look at the little fox and rabbit. So that's going straight on the tree after we film this video. Thank you, Heather. We just love that so much. Where are we? Oh, there are just some that are handmade that I just wanted to show. Look at that beautiful one. These ones are just all handmade. That one's just got It's a Wonderful Life, which is my favourite Christmas movie. So that's appropriate. This little one's a handmade one from Shelley Nichols, and we've got her beautiful, her beautiful floss drops, and her gorgeous handmade card. Look at that. As I said, some of these have literally just arrived, so I've been unpacking them. This is a cute one. This is from another Shelley, a different Shelley. This one, I think she said this is her. Cat. It's a picture, yes, but what kind? I can see it's a cat. It's a Sphinx elf cat called Jonathan. So that's the card. And this is her cute little cat called Jonathan. I thought it was a lamb originally, and then I looked closely and saw it was a Sphinx cat or a Sphinx elf cat. I don't quite know what that is. And again, you know, just beautiful handmade. All handmade. Must be a lot of scrapbookers out there as well. Look at this one. Isn't that beautiful? This one is all the way from Lebanon, Tennessee. And it's got look at this. What's that called? A mocha pecan mud pie. Like, I mean, oh my goodness. But look at that glorious card again. All made beautiful. This one here come from Helen Bennett here in Australia. That's the card. But she said she's not. She said she doesn't really cook. So she said she didn't have any recipes to share. So instead she made us a gingerbread man or a gingerbread person. I'm not sure what it is. So that's going straight back on the tree again. So thank you so much, Helen. I thought that was wonderful in lieu of a gingerbread recipe. And look at this. Oh my goodness. Like, I mean, this is a beautiful traditional Christmas card. But this gorgeous one is from Meryl Brink. I think she's in Australia. Yes. And she's stitched these with my favourite cottage garden thread, which is called Hugs and Kisses. There you go. Well, Brendan can't show it because Peaches is going to sleep in his arms.
She's actually asleep.
She's actually asleep, bless. So that's the first one.
She's woke up.
Just beautiful. Again, going back on the tree, Meryl. Thank you so much. And our second one. Aren't they beautiful stitcheries? Hopefully that's in focus. So they're just beautiful. Now some of them, unfortunately, I know I've written it down somewhere, but between trying to grab these to do the FlossTube, I've lost, the card is in all of the cards, but I've lost the name of the person. It's written in the card, but I've got to find it amongst the hundreds of cards. But these were sent to us. Look at that. I've got a little pewter rabbit. And Brendan got, because he can't have a little fox ruler. So thank you. We do know who it is. It's on the card. The name has just gone straight out of my head. So thank you so much. Again, my little rabbit's going back on our Christmas tree. Now this one blew my mind. Dorothy Kaywood, who is a beautiful embroiderer. She's part of the Victorian Needlework Guild, Embroiderers Guild. She stitched us, this one will be out all year round, but she stitched us this, it's all made out of beautiful, looks like French general fabrics, but she embroidered a little whippet or Italian greyhound, or greyhound, whichever. All the same. Isn't that just beautiful? It's all cloth, and then she put a beautiful note on the inside. So we will treasure that. That one will be going in my office, and that'll be out year round. Our friend Nia knows our love of cryptids. In fact, she made a heap of these, so they're all on a little tiny tree over there. But I got a Mothman, and Bren got a Krampus. So we've got about half a dozen of each, so they've all gone on the little cryptid tree that is a new thing for us this year. So thank you, Nia. Oh my gosh, and what else was there, Brent? This cute one came today. This one's from Sally, and this one's a Christmas card, but also some people putting in floss drops, which will be exchanged. We'll be sending our floss drops, the new lot, out next week as well. But I love this one. I thought to myself, oh, what a beautiful sort of beautiful vintage card. Hope you can see that. But what it is, it's actually, well, it's vintage. She says, it's, hope you enjoy this. That's me at the age of 5. And I won't tell you what her age is now, but it was a while ago. So I thought that was fantastic. I love those. And we also got from, whoops a daisy, where are we? From Deborah and Danny, I think at Fat Quarter Shop, Brendan's favourite card. Like, I mean, he loves them all, and he doesn't want to single anyone out, but look at that.
It's a Bigfoot card.
It's a Bigfoot card. Looks like he's throwing a Christmas tree, and they were the floss drops. And apparently, I think this was a photograph their child took, their son took, when he was quite young, which is a bee, which of course I love. And I've got a card too, but that's in amongst all the others. But we thought we had to show Brendan's favourite one. So, yeah, I don't know how they found that, but anyway, that one made Brendan's day. Like I said, then, you know, our friend Nia, as well as the little cryptid things, she made these floss drops for us, which are beautiful, all out of like a recycled card, just beautiful. So like I said, not to, and then we got this one from Tioni, which I love. It's all kind of got glittery stuff, and she gave us a beautiful tea. Again, she said she didn't have a recipe, so she's given us a tea towel, which is just gorgeous. So thank you, Tioni. Tioni was the same friend who gave us our beautiful teacups from T2, a couple, which I think were in the video before last. So thank you, Tioni. We love that. It really is starting to feel like Christmas, isn't it? Looks like Peaches isn't going anywhere, so I think she's going to probably stay for most of the video.
I'll put it down in a second.
Oh, darling.
I'm just getting heavy.
So look, that's just a tiny fraction. And again, not to single anyone out. It's just that most of those came with extra few little gifts and things, or they were handmade. But there's a lot of other handmade ones too. They're just, I can't tell you how happy it's made both of us, but me in particular, because Brendan knows how much I love them. And every one of these cards will be kept. I have a special box that I keep all my special cards and letters over the years from when my mum was alive and everything. It goes in a special box, and all these cards will be going in there as well. And anything that arrives after Christmas will be going in there as well. So, yeah. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, what's next on your list, Brendan?
Fabric Club.
Oh, Brendan needs to talk to everyone about the Fabric Club.
Wow, that's all I can say.
He's still in shock, and it's 2 weeks almost.
Yeah, so about a week ago we opened up our the first intake of the Fabric of the Month Club. So the first intake was only a small intake. Oh, well, it's not
big
small.
but small, yeah, exactly.
A controlled intake. So,
yeah.
So we just wanted to make sure that we didn't get too big too quickly. We wanted to make sure that we could actually, get everything,
manage it,
get everything working, sort out all the shipping issues, because there's a few things, especially with overseas, to sort out around that, to make sure that everyone gets it around about the same time. So we had a soft intake on that Fabric of the Month Club, so we could bed all that down, and it was still a substantial number of places that we actually released, but it actually sold out in under 45 seconds.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, so 45 seconds after we'd uploaded it, I got the email from the website to say that it actually had sold out, and because it had sold out, there was still hundreds of people literally trying to buy it. It actually crashed the website there for a little while.
But even the ones who had actually didn't realise they had successfully gotten through, it was doing that weird spinning thing, and that was simply while the processing, the website was catching up. They had gotten in, but it was still giving that same error message. I think I was watching Stacey, 911 Stitcher, during the week, and she was just telling the story. She said she thought she had missed out. It was doing that weird, what did you call it, circle of doom or something. And she said all of a sudden she looked down at her phone and it was asking for her details. And she realised that she actually had got in, but she thought she had missed out. It was just the website trying to catch up. It was crazy stuff.
It took about 15 minutes for the website to catch up and get everyone's emails.
So many of them did get in, but didn't realise. Oh, wow. Talk about lessons learned. That was a good one for us, wasn't it? We've seen it happen to I've seen it happen to Kathy Haberman when she did a kit release once, and I thought, oh, well, that won't happen to us.
That's pretty amazing, and thank you to everyone that managed to get a place and all those that tried. We've opened up a wait list, so we'll put the link below to that. Yep. There's already a substantial number of people on that wait list. But what we'll probably do is, come March, the end of March, beginning of April, we're going to open up with our next release once the Ada and 28 count linen comes from Germany, so we can expand the offering that we can offer as part of this club. And the people that are on the wait list
will get priority.
Yeah, well, they'll probably get the places, the ones that are on the wait list. But we'll do it in a more controlled way next time, so that everyone gets a chance. We do it as a series of staggered releases. So over 4 or 5 hours, we'll release
an amount, maybe. Yeah,
an amount each hour, so that way everyone gets a chance of actually getting a place in the club.
And Brendan's background, Brendan's in what used to be in IT, so he thought he'd expanded the bandwidth and all that. So I don't know the technical side of it, but he thought he had it all covered to allow for it. But no, thank you so much. We were just head still spinning, isn't it, Bren? But there's a substantial amount on the waiting list, and it's good because it gives us an idea of how many people are interested, and we probably will open it up to most of them. I mean, we'll probably, hopefully, manage to find a place for everyone.
I don't know if we can have that many places.
I don't know. We'll know more after a couple of months of running it anyway, and that also gets us past market. Also, and then that a substantial linen delivery Brent's got. Well, it should be arriving while we're over in Nashville.
Yeah.
So when that arrives, you've put in a substantial order, haven't you? So and we could only get our production run 6 months out. So Brent is literally keeping 6 months ahead and constantly doing ordering production runs. So we'll be touch wood. We should be good for 2022. Well, maybe. It's looking good.
Yeah, it's good so far.
Yeah, it is.
Who knows what's going to happen?
I know. Anyway, we're doing our best. So, yeah. So that was a big thank you, and we will keep you updated in the new year. No one's been charged for the Fabric Club yet. I think that'll start going through on around about the 5th.
Around the 4th or 5th.
4th or 5th.
5th in Australia.
That's right.
4th for some places overseas. Yeah. The system will try and automatically charge your card.
Yep.
And
we're shipping around about the middle of the month.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Who's jingling? Is that you or is that me?
It's you.
It's me. I think it's my earrings.
No, it's your hat.
Is it my hat?
Your hat's got bells.
Oh, it is too. I could hear jingle bells somewhere. Anyway, sorry.
Or maybe it's Santa.
Maybe. No, it's a bit early for Santa. Okay.
Stitching.
Oh, well, I told you about my stitching. Oh, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to tell you about the ones I've lost, but they can all be restarted. It's okay. So, well, the good news was, well, it was almost massive meltdown time because, if I can find it, on top of that pile, just a moment, on top of the pile, but underneath Hawk Run Hollow, was my cryptid sale, which many of you would know I'm up to date with, and I also saw water on the edge of that, and I think if that had gone as well, I don't know how I would have coped, but luckily the water just seeped in a little bit on the edge. Thank goodness we found it when we did it. I think otherwise another hour or two and it would have been saturated as well. But a little bit of water and dye seeped on the edge, but it's only in the framing allowance. So thankfully that's been saved. So we're up to date with that. I'm not even sure what the last one was. Was it? Oh, I think it was the little Dover demons down the bottom next to Nessie.
Could have ironed it.
I know I didn't iron it because I don't know. It's just been a week, Brendan. Thank you. You could have ironed your shirt, so don't you talk about me. My goodness. Look at this.
Batman doesn't need ironing.
So, yeah, so thankfully that didn't get destroyed because honestly I couldn't have done that. And I'm so excited by this one. We've got I think we've got off now until the 8th of January or something before the last 4 cryptids come out. Which I think takes us right through to the end of January, which, you know, I can't wait to see the final 4, but part of me is going to be sad when it's over because this has been a huge amount of fun. So thank you to Meg, Witchy Stitcher. There's my stain, but luckily, I don't think you can see it, but luckily it's in the framing allowance. So yeah, it's all good. Phew. And the other thing, most of our stitching has been ornaments, even though mine went in the bin, but Bren's been stitching ornaments. We didn't take photos of them before we sent them out, but I'm sure the girls will take photos and we'll pop them up on the next video so you can see because the ones Bren sent were very, very cute. So the other thing is, I just realised the pattern's in the other room, but two Julie friends and I are doing Moonsick by the Primitive Needle. What we've decided to do, we're doing a sale together and it's been a lot of fun, but we decided we're just going to stitch on every full moon, so obviously once a month. So given the fact that I have been doing nothing but serging linen, that's my very paltry attempt at a start, but I do want to have a bit of a catch up. This is on Bren's Duxbury linen, so it's nice and, I don't think you can see it there, but it's nice and distressed. So that's a lot of fun. So that's Moonsick by the Primitive Needle, and thank you to Julie and Julie for including me in that sale. It's nice to be in one from the start for a change, so that's a lot of fun. So yeah, so that, apart from all of our Christmas stitching, as I said, I had a couple of whips. I had my Christmas Advent, oh my goodness, my Christmas Advent stitching, it all got ruined. I will restart that one, but I just didn't have the heart the last day or so. So yeah, so not as much to show of our current stitching. We will be doing another video on New Year's Eve. Well, New Year's Eve in Australia. And that'll be a long one because I'll take you through all my plans for next year. I'm actually going to be doing Whip Go next year. I don't know about Brendan, so we'll see.
No.
I don't know. So anyway, that'll be a long one, so you'll have to strap yourselves in for that one. But what I thought, because we don't have a lot of stitching to show you, I thought I'd just show you some of the little pin cushions and things. Obviously, a lot of my ornaments are on the trees that I've been given by friends. All my beautiful ones behind are from my friend Carol. But these are just some of the little pin cushions I have around the house. So I went and destroyed half of our displays. This one Now, I'm probably going to forget a lot of the names because I've either stitched them or they've been stitched for me years ago. But this one I think it's Christmas at Winterberry Farm, and it's by Brenda Gervais. I think a lot of people have been stitching this lately. I think a lot of you have probably already seen that one, but that's my one. Beautiful, beautiful design. Now this one I'm pretty sure was Pineberry Lane, but this was stitched for me by my dear friend Sandra from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. This one's Merry Christmas, and I think it might just be called Merry Christmas, but I'm pretty sure that one was Pineberry Lane. And I love that because it's always more special when someone has stitched them for you. We used to live in the Blue Mountains, so Sandra and I lived really close by, so we used to exchange Christmas gifts all the time, and it's one of my treasured ones.
You're a pain,
Lily,
bitch.
what are you doing? Goodness me. Oh, and the other one, this is another one. Now, I don't know who this one's by. This is from Sandra as well. This is just, I think this was a freebie by someone. Sandra, if you're watching this, can you just let everyone know down below? This one's called Sleigh Bells Ring, and it's beautiful as well. And she knows I love horses. So that's a very beautiful little pincushion by Sandra. I think that was the year after that one, so I love both of those. Okay. Probably one of my all-time favorite Plum Street sampler designs is Pomegranate Santa. That's stitched on a 40 count linen, and I just love that so much. It's probably my favorite design so far that Paulette has done for Christmas. Although I do have a few of hers here, so now I know I'm going to get all these names wrong, I'm sure. This one is, I'm sure this is Merry One by Plum Street. Merry One. I think this one is Merry Two. Well, I hope it is. It's Merry Two, I think. And again, they're just on always nice patchwork fabric on the back. So that's Merry Two. And I think. Oh, Paulette, sorry if I got these wrong. I think that one's Merry Three. You can tell I'm just very tired at the moment and not as organised as I will be next week when we do our New Year's Eve one, but that one's Merry 3. What else? We've got, I always say Frosty, but it's not the name of this one. I can't think of the name of it, but it's by With Thy Needle and Thread. See that one? It's easier to see in real life, but it looks a little bit...
It's nice that you're organised.
Oh, Brendan. Hey, listen, at least I've got something to show, unlike somebody else. Goodness. Oh gosh, I think this one's Christmas Tea, and it's just the names, baby. I've had them so long now. Christmas Tea by Brenda Gervais with the needle and thread. I think that's all my little cushions. All my little cushions here. And obviously we had this one, which was Merry Noel by With Thy Needle and Thread. That one was from, we showed you this one last video, but that one sits behind me. As I said, most of my stitching are ornaments that we exchange with friends. So next year, one of my things which I'll show you my plans next week will be, I want to do a lot of Halloween and a lot of Christmas stitching throughout the entire year next year. I want the place full of things like larger framed Christmas designs and stuff. But I do have this one. Just got to get it in the frame because it's not in a permanent frame yet. I've got to get this properly mounted. But this one is Farmhouse Christmas. This was actually stitched for me by my friend Naomi. So she's Stitching Squirrel on Instagram, and she used to be Stitches and Spice. So that is Farmhouse Christmas. And last but not least, where is... I have another one here to show you too. I've lost my other thing. There was one more I wanted to show you, but I don't know where I put it. Maybe Lily ran off with it. No, I don't think she did. That's okay. So yeah, so that's just some of our little Christmas displays that we have around the house. As I said, most of mine are all ornaments on the trees, which I just love. I just wish I could have them out all year round. We got a couple more. I don't know that we showed Jenny's last video, did we, Brendan? I'm not sure. Or is that what we've gotten, is it? I'm out of order again. I'm off the list. Uh-oh.
Stop it. It's not on the list
It's not on the list yet? Okay. What have we got? Oh, purchases.
Mm.
I have strayed from Brendan's notorious list yet again.
You'll be banned from the FlossTube if you keep doing it.
Then we'll have nothing to show because your stitching is pitiful at the moment.
At least they'll be quick.
Your what?
They'll be quick FlossTubes.
They will be quick FlossTubes with that me raving on. Okay. So what purchases have you had?
Oh, I get to go first.
You can go first, baby.
That's because my pile is little.
Oh, I don't have a huge one this time either. No.
So everybody has, well, the last couple of videos have been showing the Lola Crow's cryptid Christmas ornaments, and the last ornament was released, which is a Christmas Kraken.
So cool.
I love that one. And we got a bonus ornament as part of that.
Yep, Matey's Day.
Which is Nessie Claus. She's beautiful.
You love them, don't you? So you are going to stitch those for us at some point.
But following on with the Nessie, Jenny actually...
Jenny Bourne gave him a heads up.
Yeah, that Walker's had released a Christmas tin with a tartan Nessie on their shortbread.
They have Walker's is the best shortbread. And look at this.
And they actually released mini Nessie shortbreads as well. I'm not sure if you can see, but the actual cookie itself has got Nessie embedded in the cookie.
So Bren's going to eat the Nessies out of the tin, or the normal shortbread out of the tin, and then put his Nessie shortbread in the Nessie tin.
But it's disappointing. The shortbread that they put in the tin
has the thistles on it.
It's got thistles on it. Why wouldn't you put the Loch Ness Monster?
I don't know, baby.
Shortbreads.
But Nessie can go in there now. You've got the mini Nessies. You can eat those. I'll eat them for you.
We'll throw these ones out.
You won't throw them out. I'll be eating those.
And I'll put the Nessie ones in.
Yes. So thanks for the heads up, Jen. That made his day. So what else, baby?
I recently found out about a Japanese brand.
Kohana.
So
I originally saw Nicola on Hands Across the Sea Samplers, I think, mentioned them, and some other floss tubers mentioned the scissors as well. So
yeah, so we've got some scissors from them that are still coming.
we got those from. We actually got those from Hobby House in the States, but because of the mail situation with parcels, they're sitting there waiting at our friend's place for us to organise a DHL pickup. So
yeah, but I also bought some things locally as well.
So these are the fabulous.
Some beautiful tool rolls. So they're handmade waxed canvas tool rolls.
Very kind
all
of
your scissors.
Rigid sort of.
Yeah. And some little baby scissors.
Little baby ones. Mine's got the bluey green, of course.
Mine's got the gold.
They're so
I don't know if you can
cute.
see them. They're so tiny.
Hopefully they'll be good for the plane when we fly to the States next year.
So little tiny scissors with a little tassel on them.
So look at the little pouch.
Comes with a little leather case to protect the scissors.
Love that.
We also bought the limited edition thread snips. So they're
beautifully made. Look at the beautiful Japanese writing. Is it Japanese?
Yeah, they're Japanese. So
they're Japanese made.
Yeah, they've been wrapped in a beautiful Christmassy thread.
Braid, kind of white and gold braid. It's beautiful.
And again, they come with a little leather.
And it's good because the scissors we've got coming, I think all the colours of their beautiful scissors come in different limited edition colours, and we've got the cream and gold coming, don't we? Yeah. So that'll go with those really nicely.
And I also bought some of their counting pins as well. So we've got them in gold and green.
Or aqua.
It's green.
It's aqua! Oh my goodness, colourblind. So they're lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bren's got a new favourite company now. So he was a little bit annoyed because some of the other stuff he ordered are on backorder. So
no, they sold out.
Oh, they'd sold out.
It was limited edition things, and they're gone. We missed them, unfortunately.
But there'll be others.
Yeah. So was it last week? When did we go?
Saturday morning, I
Saturday.
think. We honestly, one day is melding into the next at the moment. I only know that it's Christmas Eve in 2 days. So that's all I know at the moment.
So I had to drop some linen off at the Cruel Goblin down in Sydney, which is one of the best needlework stores in Sydney.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of the best
ones
stores
in Australia.
I had to drop some fabric down to Julie for a model that she's stitching. And while I was there, I spent a bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
So the first
I think
thing...
you actually spent more than me, which is good.
No, I didn't.
I think
Didn't even come close.
Mm-hmm.
So almost
knocked
took
the camera out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
So the first thing I bought was a book by Inspirations. So it's a book of pincushions, and the whole book.
Amazing.
Oops, I can find a picture. The whole book is a whole series of pincushion projects. So
there's gold work, stump work, crewel work, all the best. Kind of like an example of all the different. Oh, look, that's Brendan's favourite. So this big,
is one
beautiful.
I'll probably stitch this one up in the new year. It's beautiful. It's a 3-dimensional fig. I'll probably buy the kit from Inspiration so we can stitch that up.
Oh, I love those.
And Karen loves this one.
I love those.
It's got a little bee on it.
It's got a bee. Isn't that beautiful?
But it's just got some amazing projects in there, and it says it's volume 1.
Yes,
so I'm guessing it's a series of books that they're going to be putting out.
So yeah.
And I bought 2 charts as well. So the first chart, it's got the price tag on it.
Oh, this was actually very funny. As many of you probably know, Laura from...
Can't get it off.
That's okay. From Brenda and the Serial Star is having a special birthday on the 1st of January. And ironically enough, Brendan picked out a sample and said, oh, I really want to stitch this. And I said, you're kidding me, aren't you? Because I thought he knew. And he said, no, I think this will be great. I'd love to start it in the new year. Well, it just happens to be... the one that everyone's doing is a stitch along start for Laura's birthday. Is it Elizabeth Isles?
Elizabeth Isles from the Scarlet Letter.
Scarlet Letter. I couldn't believe he picked that one of all the samplers in the store. And he said, oh, well, that's good. Now I can actually start with everybody else. So.
And I found this one by Mary Wynn Farm as well.
Yeah,
Mary Inglis.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful. I love this one. I love it because of the little house with the blue roof.
Next year, our stitching group, I think probably inspired by the fact that everyone's stitching that one for Laura in January. I think it was Naomi decided to organise everyone in the group to pick their favourite sampler in their birthday month, and everybody in our little stitching group will stitch that sampler during that month. That one is the one that Brennan has chosen for June. So his birthday's in June next year. So he's going to be doing a stitch along with everyone with that particular chart. If anyone wants to join us, I'm sure the girls in our group won't mind at all. So you've got 6 months to get that one and get it all kitted because Brennan's actually going to be stitching that in June. Aren't you, baby? Although you're quite tempted to start beforehand, but you're not allowed to. You've got to wait till June. Yeah, so... Just an FYI, I've picked Ragamuffin 2 by Shakespeare's Peddler for May. So, yeah, so that's going to be a bit of fun next year. We'll talk more about that in the December 31st. On New Year's Eve, we've got all of our plans. So that'll be part of the plans as well. So, is that all your stitching, babe? Is that all your purchases?
That's my purchases, yep.
And I just found the thing I was just looking for. This one is called Peace on Earth. And it's by Kathy Barrick. So that one's yet to be framed. A lot of our framing got put back because of our lockdown, but everything's getting back to normal. So that will be going in to be framed for next Christmas. Okay, what were my purchases, Brent? I don't know that I had that many. They're all gifts. Okay. Now, what was this one? This one, I don't remember doing this during the week, but I must have done. This one's called the Jane Harris Sampler by Macintosh Samplers. It's a reproduction antique by 1884 Stitchery. And I just love that. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Just going to work that now. into my plans for next year. The problem I've now is I've got to be careful what I buy between now and the end of the year, like end of next week, because I've kind of got all my stitching plans almost for next year. Taking out Nashville, because I'm bound to find heaps of stuff at Nashville that I want to stitch. But I've got to be careful what I buy between now and then because I literally don't think I can fit them all in. This one is gorgeous. Now, this one's by Park Hopper Bart. I love Bart's designs. This one's called In the Bleak of Midwinter, and I just am completely in love with this one. I hope you can see that. I love that white deer. I'm just sort of picking some colours to start that one. We'll put Bart's details below, but he sells via Gumroad, which I think we mentioned a little while ago, which Julie from Kansas City Girl in the Colorado World also sort of does things that way. You can actually technically get this for free, I believe, but you know, it has a suggested amount. I always throw in a bit more than that as well because, you know, support the designer the best you can. It's very kind of him to offer it for free, but, you know, throw him some financial love as well for doing all that beautiful work. So yeah, so thanks Bart, can't wait to start that one. And whilst down at the Cruel Goblin, I bought With My Needle by Ellen Chester, and this one is called Peacocks in the Garden. Look at that, gotta love anything with a peacock, an antique peacock. So yes, With My Needle and Thread. And I also bought for one of Ellen's other designs, I think it's called the Sample Maker. I don't have the chart here at the moment, but Julie has been having at the Cruel Goblin, has been getting these beautiful spools made, especially with the width and dimensions for Ellen's. Ellen's got two. She's got the Sampler Maker that is designed to go on a big roll on the reel, and I think a little Quaker one that fits the same one. So she's got quite a few of these in stock at the moment. So if you're looking for a good Christmas gift, that is excellent. I think that's all. Oh, no. Almost all my purchases.
There's a massive pile over there.
A lot of, no, that's a lot of gifts and things. A lot of this we'll be talking about in our plans for next year. But one of the stitch-alongs I'm going in next year is, now this is in 5 parts and it's by Barbara Anna. So anybody who knows me knows I love Barbara Anna. But it's a 5-parter, so you actually have to buy the 5 parts from Creative Poppy, the downloads. But it's called A New World. That's part 1. And they're all done on different linens. So part 1, part 2. Oh gosh, it's so hot in here, I'm sweating. Part 2. Part 3. Oh, look at these beautiful bears. This one is Deep in the Woods. Like I said, I'll show you again these next week in my plans. And part
4 was underneath there.
Part 4 was under there, Bob? No, that's part 4 there. Part 4 is a visit to town. Like I said, Brent's going to be dyeing some linen for me. Once we get all these shop orders out, he's going to be doing some special dyeing for me because I want, they're all stitched in different colours, and then I think they're just sewn together like a band at the end. And this one's called Over the Seas, which is part 5. And you can get all those as downloads. But as I said, I'll show you those a little bit more in my plans next week. Sorry, it is a very, very hot evening, and we're sitting here under lights at the moment, and I'm thinking I'm just about melting away. Yeah, it is, Brent.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, so I think that's all my purchases. The only other thing is, obviously, is I would call that as a gift, wouldn't I?
Yes.
Okay, so we will show you that in gifts. What's next, baby?
Gifts.
Gifts, hooray!
So we've received some amazing gifts over the last couple of weeks. And one of the first ones that's come for us is some beautiful woodwork from P&K Originals.
Yep, this is Kathy and Peter, and we got breathtaking work. I believe it's pecan wood. They're beautiful scissor keeps, and they even smell beautiful. I think they're probably the most exquisite things I've seen made out of wood. Don't you think? I got the small one, Brent got the larger one, and they also made us a little snowman.
And they've been signed as well.
I know. How beautiful.
Beautiful.
we will absolutely treasure those, Kathy and Peter. Thank you so very much. We will put their contact details below. I'm sure you've seen Peter's exquisite work all over Instagram because they're just amazing. P&K Originals. Now we'll put their Instagram and their details and everything below, but they're doing a special giveaway. So I'm just going to read out the announcement so I don't get anything wrong. So this is what they've written. In appreciation for our customers and to wish everyone a joy-filled Christmas and holiday, we are offering a very special gift. We have a trio of goodies for one of you. It is absolutely beautiful and we're excited about it. So how do you get a chance to make this your own? Very simple. 3 easy steps. Take a picture of your item or items that you have purchased from us. We would love to see a picture of each of you in your stitching or quilting spot if you're comfortable having your picture taken. If not, then just take a picture of your skep, bowl or ort holder in your favorite spot. That's the first thing you have to do. 2, take a picture on Instagram under the hashtag petesbeeskeps. Again, we'll put all this below. And number 3, tag Kathy's Instagram account at Carolina Stitcher. So,
Stitcher.
oh, I beg your pardon. Sorry. You know, you'd think I'd know. I see her beautiful Instagram posts every day. At Carolina Cross Stitcher. Again, we'll put all these details below. With all the above steps done, you'll be given a chance to win the trio of goodies. So they're going to be using a random generator to draw the recipient from the list. You've got until, I believe, they're going to draw from the list of entries on Christmas Day. So you've still got a couple of days to do that and enter that competition. Honestly, you will be blown away by the quality of this work. And obviously, if you've already bought them, you know. So to go in that draw, the details will be on Kathy and Peter's website and their Instagram accounts. So do those 3 things, get them in by Christmas Day, and you could win.
Some beautiful
I
work.
can't even. I'm just so, and it smells divine. And it's pecan wood. Now, I like to eat pecans, but I've never seen the wood before. We're so used to Australian wood, aren't we, Brendan? It's like, but that is beautiful. Thank you so very much. The next thing, now this is from Art and Soul Makery. This is just beautiful. Robert, and I've got to get the Robert. I'm trying to think. Robert is the actual woodworker, and his lovely partner has said that he has hand carved these beautiful needle minders. Mine's the little, hand carved and painted my little ladybug and Brendan's turtle. That is their Etsy shop. It's Art and Soul Makery. I believe they are going to be, eventually, hopefully, having a bricks and mortar store, I think, eventually. But in the meantime, you can buy Robert's beautiful things from Art and Soul Makery. And we will put their details below as well. These are just beautiful. And really, like even the little back of them are little wood. They're very strong though, aren't they, Brendan?
Strong magnets.
Very strong magnets, which is what you need. If you're anything like me, oh my gosh, I lose so many. And I won't be losing those because they're beautiful. But also too, I thought I'd share you this because this is the lovely card they sent. And they've got that, this was actually a artwork by Robert of a place called, where was it again? Cedar Key, down in Florida, which is where they are. They're in Florida. And that's just beautiful. She said that was just an artwork, and they've made it into this beautiful card. So that was extra special as well. So I'll be definitely keeping that nice and close with my beautiful nail minder. So yeah, so check them out. As I said, we'll put all those links below. So thank you so much. That was a lovely surprise to receive in the mail, especially after this last couple of weeks that have been a little tougher for us than usual. So thank you so very much. Very, very clever man. So yes. And what else have you got? Oh yeah. our friend Cindy in Utah. Well, I got, and I haven't had a chance to really go through all this because this literally just arrived this morning, but I've got a beautiful, beautiful planner for next year. It's just so beautiful. It's by a company called Savvy Bee. It's a non-dated daily planner. It has everything in there for your stitching, your goals, everything. So I haven't had a really good chance to have a look. There's even an instruction manual on how to actually plan it properly, how to use it properly. So Cindy, there's even a picture for your works that you're stitching. Thank you so much. I love it so much, and I'm looking forward to when we get to have a little break after Christmas to actually go through and plan next year. And what did she give you, Brad?
Well, Cindy and Garth have a glow forge.
Yeah.
So they make me all these fabulous Bigfoot things. So they've cut and engraved a beautiful Bigfoot ornament for our tree. So Bigfoot's cut his own tree and he's dragging it off into the forest.
You're eventually going to have enough Bigfoot ornaments to actually start your own tree, I think, baby. What do you think?
Just throw all the crap on that other tree. Just put Bigfoot on there.
Okay. My friend Andrea, I'm doing a stitch along for her birthday. Her birthday's the 31st it's New Year's Eve. It's the 31st of December. And she made us, it's almost fallen off the tape. Oops. This beautiful, beautiful project set. And each of the girls stitching with her received one, so that's really weird. It's her birthday, but she gave us the presents, so just beautiful. She knows I love Blackbird Designs fabric, so I am very, very lucky. So we each were gifted a set in fabrics that she knows we would love. Look at this. How beautiful. Now I think that Brenda had something similar done for Laura for her birthday, but Andrea was quite gutted when she saw that because she said, I didn't copy, I already had these made. So she was like, when I got it, I thought, she said, when you get yours, just know I didn't copy anyone. I've had these made for months, but it's just a sheer coincidence. So yes, so thank you, Andrea. I just love it, and I can't wait to start your birthday sale on the 31st. So that was one. And she also gave us just our Christmas ones. Oh, they're beautiful. Look at that. Mine's got a fox and a rabbit on mine, and a raccoon. So yeah, so that's Andrea Caffrey. We've got her, she sells some stuff via Instagram as well, so we'll put Andrea's Instagram details below. And what else have you got, baby?
So
Susie.
Our friend Susie gave us a beautiful book
for Christmas.
So it's a sampler book.
Oh, there's some beautiful things in there. You haven't had much of a chance to go through it. We're going to go through a lot of this stuff when we're on our break at the beginning of January. We just don't have time in the meantime to really enjoy looking through things when you've got so much on. So Brent's going to really devour this.
Yeah, but it's all the collection of samplers from the Fitzwilliam Museum in the UK. And it's got a whole series of their samplers in there, plus all of the history and information about each of the samplers. It's a beautiful book. Thank you.
Yeah.
It'll keep us busy reading that for a little while.
It sure will. And it's fallen out of the thing. I haven't got that. Oh, I've got it in front of me here, the lady's name. But we were also gifted these beautiful little, there's yours. These, that I'm so sorry. It's in the pile of cards here. I know it's there in front of me, but I don't want to sort of stop and start. Look at these beautiful little Ort things, little Ort thread catchers. So cute. Look at the little snowflake on there. And as I said, my apologies. I'm sure Bren will be able to put the name over the screen when I clear up all these beautiful Christmas cards in front of me at the end here. So, and what else do we... Oh, yep. Now, I'm not sure if we showed this before, but Jenny Bourne sent us these beautiful Christmas ornaments. I just can't remember whether Jenny's very, very organised, so we could have shown these in our last video, but I couldn't remember. But I'm pretty sure we did, but Jen's super organised. She probably had these finished at the start of this year, which I'm going to take a leaf out of her book next year because I really need to be more organised earlier. So thank you, Jenny. And my beautiful friend, Jodie, her and I exchanged gifts the other day, and we stitched these for each other in colours. We changed the colours of the original. It's by Heartstring Sampler, and it's called Next Door. And look at the beautiful one that she made me. It is just beautiful. She knows me well because those colours are beautiful, and that will sit next to me all day, every day in my office because I love it. And Jodie, I do wish you lived next door as well. So that is beautiful.
No, she can't live next door.
Why can't she live next door? Get no work done?
Two of you would just be talking all day.
Yeah, stitching too. She's an exquisite stitcher.
Nothing would ever get done.
No. Now, my friend Carol gave me this. Now, she knows that I'm obsessed with tins. I love tins, and look at that. First of all, I thought the tin was enough. I thought that is beautiful. She also gave us some caramel chocolate-covered popcorn, which Brendan grabbed the minute it walked in the door.
It's chocolate-covered caramel corn.
Chocolate-covered caramel corn, whatever. I don't know. I know that it won't last very long in this house, not when Brendan's...
Not caramel-covered chocolate corn. That's what she said.
I have no idea. It's decadent anyway, and he'll have it gone in about 3 seconds the minute that packet opens. This was the beautiful card, and she got in on the recipe thing as well. So she made me this beautiful card with Carol's cornbread is her recipe on the back. So that was beautiful, and it is Tudor Bee by Blue Flower Designs. Look at that. It is so beautiful. Beautiful Liberty fabric on the back. Lady Dot creates trim around the edge, chenille. And this beautiful, exquisite stitching. She stitched it on, and she said 36 count beige by Weeks Dye Works. So thank you, Carol. I love it so, so much. So that was literally just a couple of hours ago, so I'm still stoked with that. Okie dokie. Righto. And now we really do know it's Christmas. Oh, I just love this so much. We really do know it's Christmas now because look what arrived in the mail for me from this one. Oh, it's so heavy. You want to tell a story about Grasmere gingerbread? I've been talking. You can tell I'm tired because I really am talking a lot.
You can tell the story.
Well, no, it's just that we were in Scotland a couple of years ago at Christmas time.
That's Scotland.
Oh, sorry, yeah, the Lakes District. Oh, Lord, I don't know what day of the week it is. We're on our way up to Scotland, but on the way up we called into the Lakes District. Now, ironically enough, before we left to go to the UK, I sort of had one of those places that they list on those travel guides that you should visit. And one of them, just by sheer coincidence, just said Grasmere gingerbread. I wasn't even thinking. I'd left the list back in Australia. So it hadn't even occurred to me. So we're in this, oh my gosh, is the Lakes District not one of the most beautiful places on earth? And at Christmas time, it's just beautiful. And so we went into this beautiful little town. And just as we were walking around, I think we were looking for William Wordsworth's grave or something in this beautiful little part of the town, when all of a sudden there was this little kind of stone building that looked like somewhere Santa Claus would live. Wasn't it? It was seriously.
Well, Mrs. Claus was there.
Mrs. Claus, you walked in and there she was, baking gingerbread. And just as I saw the name of it, it occurred to me that that was on my list of places to see. So we just stumbled across it just by chance. We walked into this tiny little cottage. I swear the woman looked exactly like Mrs. Claus. It was wonderful. Anyway, so I like gingerbread, but this looked like a different kind of gingerbread, and I thought it looks more like German gingerbread. I wasn't quite sure, and Bren likes that, but I'm not. I like traditional gingerbread, so he bought just a little packet of it. We start walking, and he said, it was straight out of the oven, wasn't it, Bren? It was still warm.
Still hot. And
he said, you should really try this. You would like it. Because I do love ginger. But we used to live in the Blue Mountains, and there was a beautiful German bakery, and they used to make gingerbread at Christmas, but it just wasn't anything I liked. So I thought this looked the same. And he said, just try it. I know you're going to like it. So I said, oh, all right then, just give it here. Well, could I race back to that shop quicker, Brendan? It's the most divine thing I have ever eaten. We went back. I bought tins of it. I ate it all the way to Scotland. I think the whole tin was gone before we even almost got over the border. And I loved it so much that when we came down from Scotland, we were supposed to be going across to Yorkshire, I think. And we did a detour back to Grasmere so I could buy another massive tin of it so I could eat it through the rest of our trip in England. So then we got home, and come Christmas, I sort of thought, oh, would that be beautiful to have that gingerbread again? And it arrived on the doorstep. So Bren had actually ordered it from you, because you can order it. It ships all over the world. I think you've got to have your order in by early December.
Yeah, it's too late for Christmas now.
Oh, for Christmas now, yeah. But that was
but
the most...
they ship all year.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they ship all year, but you want to have this at Christmas time as a special thing. So every year, Brendan has now had this shipped to me in some form or another. This year, normally it's in their traditional little gingerbread tins. This year, he's gone above and beyond. So now I have been dying to eat this, but I had to wait until we filmed the video so I could show you. Then I can tuck in. So first of all, look at the tin. The tin weighs a ton, but it's beautiful. They have gorgeous tins. So that's obviously this year's tin. Just amazing. So I'll just show you. Oh, it smells like Christmas. Okay, so what have we got, baby? We've got Sarah's ginger and cranberry Christmas truffles. All these things are handmade in their little Santa's workshop kitchen thing there on site. In the tiniest little, probably centuries old little building. But it's so small, it's like a broom closet, isn't it, Brendan? And all of this comes out of that place. Now, it's Sarah Nielsen's recipe. That's like, I think, the 5th great-grandmother or something. And that recipe has been handed down to one baker in the family, I believe. There's a whole story online about them. We'll put the link below to Grasmere gingerbread. But one person in the family has the recipe. That's only one. It's in some locked box somewhere. I don't know. There have been, from what I can gather online, there have been thousands of people trying to analyse the recipe over the years and over the decades, and no one's been able to crack it just yet. So, but it's all baked there on the premises. And we've got Sarah's Victorian Christmas conserve. I'm just kind of going through all this now for myself too. What have we got here? We've got, that was just a Christmas card they put in. We've got, I don't know what,
it's rum butter.
What is that?
Rum
Traditional Cumberland is the area in England. It's Cumberland rum butter. Does that mean it's alcoholic?
Hope so.
Oh, baby. Oh, you got to have a smell.
I'm going to eat it now.
Oh, it smells like Christmas, doesn't it? Oh, it smells like Christmas in England. My favourite place. Oh, I might have to. You could just eat that with a spoon. Probably not drive straight afterwards, but you can eat that with a spoon. I'm getting to the good part last. So we've got Sarah's Festive Fudge, again, handmade in Cumbria. Cumberland, that's the Lakes District. The Lakes District is where Beatrix Potter did all of her writing, and it looks just like a Beatrix Potter fairy tale. Okay, we've got, so that, I don't think you can see it, but that little cottage on that etching there is what the cottage actually looks like. It's so that's Sarah Nelson. So she's the original baker back from centuries ago. This is her mulled wine kit. So we'll crack that on our dad's on Christmas Day. I think we'll take that with us and see what. It smells like cloves and stuff. So that smells good. Then there is. Look at this. This is like a little gingerbread ornament. Oh, look at that! It's a little gingerbread cookie ornament. Can you eat that?
It's plastic.
Oh, I thought it was real. I thought it was actually...
You gotta hold it so people can see it.
Sorry.
It's spinning.
That's a beautiful... Oh, it is... Yeah, sorry, it looked like real gingerbread. Oh, it says decoration only, do not eat. Well, it's lucky that Brendan's here, because I probably would have taken a munch out of that one after Christmas. After I took the tree down, I probably would have attempted to eat that.
It's plastic.
That could have been interesting. You should have just not told me.
I told you.
I have to be a video in itself. And last but not least, this. Oh my God. This is just divine. It's always wrapped in this beautiful wax paper. And that's the gingerbread. It's, it smells so beautiful. That will last probably a day. So that is a lovely early Christmas present from my wonderful husband. So I've now come to expect this about the week before Christmas, and he times it so well. He times it to try to get here as close as possible to Christmas Eve for me. So, and it just arrived so well timed, baby. We were a little bit worried with the whole pandemic business, although you got it last year too, didn't you?
Yeah.
But I think that they were shipping a lot earlier last year. I think that because the pandemic was in its full swing last year. You know, it was before vaccines and stuff. So I think they were experiencing a lot of lockdowns in England last Christmas. So I think you had to order it really early. But this time it arrived, and look at that beautiful tin. So thank you, baby. You know me well. So yes, so anyone who wants a treat, believe me, Grasmere gingerbread. Like I said, we'll put all the details below. And I think that's it for all of our presents. I thought this was going to be a really short one because we've got a big one planned for like the 31st. But it's gone probably just as long as our ones usually do, I think. Okay, so I've just got to put that lid down there. Okay, and now we'll get to our giveaways.
Yep.
We've got our winners of the set of 4 Lizzie Kate Seasons charts. Brennan will insert that winner here from our random picker. Thank you so much for all the comments. I think I've managed to actually answer everyone's comments this time, so I'm keeping up. And then we've got the little Mill Hill kit, and that winner is inserted here as well. Brendan will draw those as soon as the video's over.
Yep. So if you email us at hello@foxandrabbit, and we'll get those in the mail to you.
Yep. Please contact us via email because that way we don't miss anyone. If anyone hasn't received any of the things that we've sent over the last few months, please contact us because it could be that we've missed your email or for some reason it didn't come through to us. You'll always know we've sent it if as long as we will reply back. If you haven't heard a reply back from our emails, we haven't received it, so please let us know. The t-shirts are being printed and the the cottage garden threads should be on their way to the winners as well. I've got to liaise with Katie, but I sent her the winners, so she was going to get those away. So we've got a new Aussie designer, Lisa. Her, what is it? Lily Pilly Stitcher. Stitches. I can't read. Lily Pilly Stitches. She's a new Australian designer. We might just take that one out. We've got 2 of her charts that she's kindly... Yeah, I know there's a little button in there, so I've got to be very careful. I just want to show you without the glare. So this beautiful little Christmas chart comes with a little wooden button, which goes on top, and this beautiful little pincushion. So Lisa, that's amazing. Lisa Loves Stitching on Instagram. And so we've got 2 of those to give away. Beautiful little chart and the little button that goes with it. So what will we make? We'll just have the, if you just mentioned Christmas tree. Maybe tell us, do you like live Christmas trees, artificial Christmas trees, whatever. As long as Christmas tree is in the comments, we are good to go. And what are you giving away, Brendan?
So earlier in the video, we showed you some of the Johanna products that we've purchased, and I purchased a couple of extra things as well. So we want to give away one of those as part of this, as a thank you to everybody. Should I take it out of the packet?
Yeah, maybe. Just show how pretty it is. It's in a lovely little box.
Yeah, it comes in a little bag wrapped up in tissue paper, but I think the glare...
Yeah, you can't really see it all that well.
Quickly open this.
Just double checking Lisa's address while we're here.
So it's a little pair of scissors. They're little snip scissors with a pink tassel.
Yeah, you got the pink one.
Yep.
Very pretty.
So we've got one of these to give away as well.
Yep.
So if you want to put scissors,
yeah, probably. I was going to say Kohana, but everyone's probably going to spell that wrong, so
Yep.
we might just put scissors.
Yep. So if you wanted to win that little pair of scissors, so if you put scissors in the comments somewhere, and you'll go in the draw.
And we will be drawing those just next week, because we'll be back, I think it was 3 weeks to this one, but it'll only be 1 week until our next one, because we will do a special one on New Year's Eve. So we'll give those away then. I know that Lisa's designs are Christmas, but it's a sweet little design, and you'll have plenty of time to stitch that for Christmas next year. And it'll be nice. You want to be the first people to get a chart from a brand new Australian designer. So, yeah, always exciting. So thank you for those, Lisa, for giving those to us to give away. I'm 100% sure that is her Instagram, but I will double check that. But her details will all be listed below, along with her design website as well. So, yeah, and so next week we will be back on, it'll be New Year's Eve for us, but it'll be the 30th for overseas. Is that right? So by the time it loads, it should be almost the 1st.
It'll be the first,
which
by the time it
means
loads.
Bren will have the new
First part of the new stitch along released as well.
As you know, we do a free, Brendan designs a free stitch along every year. Next year's theme is changing seasons.
Yep.
It's as always, he's designed it as a one colour sampler, but everyone's already choosing colours and doing all the crazy things. You can find, you can join our Facebook group for that. It's always been Linen and Threads Mystery Sale group, but I think you're going to change it, aren't you, to Fox and Rabbit? We'll let everybody know about that next week. The group will be exactly the same. We've got 20-odd thousand
just under 20,000.
Yeah, just there's always been a lot of confusion as to whether Linen and Threads is the designer, and it's not. It's Fox and Rabbits. So we thought the group will be exactly the same. There'll be no changes to all the members that are currently there. It just might be that the address changes. That's all. The description of the group changes. But I think Bren may even probably give you, well, it'll technically be a sneak peek when we film it, but hopefully by the time he edits it and gets to air, it will be the 1st, because he releases that at midnight on the 31st Australian time.
The first part.
The first part. And speaking of nearly breaking things, I think that it practically brings our website down too for the first part of the free download. But we usually have I think you're going to put up a countdown this year, aren't you? So everyone knows exactly in the world what time the 31st midnight is here. So, yeah. So next week we'll do that. We'll do future plans for all of next year. I'm getting myself super organised. I'm getting spreadsheets. I'm doing WhipGo. It's kind of going to be a bit of a new thing for me, because lots of things to sort of let you know next week. So I should have a little bit more time to concentrate on Fox and Rabbit and everything next year. So we'll have a rather long one. I don't know how much Bren will have to show next week, but I think I'll have a considerable amount. So that should be a fun one, just with our plans for 2022. Yes, and we're almost up to, speaking of subscribers, please, if you like what we're doing, please subscribe and put on the little, ring the little bell so you get notified when we load a video. We are, well, when we film tonight, we are 20 off 7,000, which just blows our mind still. So thank you so very much. Hopefully by the time we get to next week, we'll have hit the 7,000. Maybe there'll be a little surprise there as well. We'll see how I'm going during the week. It's going to be a crazy busy week getting all this fabric out to the shops. Thank you so much to all the shops for your patience. We know there's been delays that we couldn't really do much about, but it should all be out before the start of the new year. And then away we go, starting it all again in the new year, baby. Getting ready for Nashville and everything. So thank you so much. Don't forget to pop over to Fox and Rabbit on Instagram and follow us on Instagram. Also, both of our personal Instagram accounts are listed below as well. So, you know, see what we're doing privately as well. Although I don't think we've got many followers over there, but we're trying to get our Fox and Rabbit numbers up. I think we're nearing on 6,000 of those now too. So thank you so much to everyone. It's always good to get our socials up, so that's always good. So yeah, so thank you very much. As I said, this has been a little bit of a scrappy all over the place one, because we're very tired. So we will be way more organised on New Year's Eve, and we will see you then. And I'm just going to put these back on. There you are, baby. Put these on for a bit of fun. So, in the meantime, from our family to yours, wishing you a very, very merry and safe Christmas. Be safe, everyone. Enjoy your time with whoever you spent it with, and have a safe Christmas. And we'll see you for the last day of the year.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plain, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strain. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly, sweetly through the night, and the mountains in reply, echoing their breeze delight. Shepherds